Welcome back, guys. It's the Tightwad, and I have an issue with my truck. You can see my check engine light is on this particular Toyota Tundra. It has the limited slip differential light and the VSC off light on. That's very common for those to come on in conjunction with the check engine light. Let's talk about the check engine light first and what it means. It typically means that there's an issue with your emission system. If the check engine light is on and solid, that usually means it's a minor issue, but it still needs to be addressed. If the check engine light is flashing, that is a more severe issue, and your car needs to be taken care of immediately. So what I'm showing you today is only for cases when the check engine light is solid. The most common reason for a check engine light coming on is a bad gas cap. So make sure you go over and check your gas cap to make sure it was first of all tight, and then check the seal running around to make sure there are no cracks. I can see that I have two small cracks on this side of my gas cap right here, so it may be time to replace. Always try turning off your check engine light one time before taking your vehicle in for repairs. Always make sure you click until one click on this one or multiple clicks on other types. It usually says right here across the top for how to tighten your gas cap correctly. Another thing is you should never top off your gas tank. You should fill it up until the pump automatically turns off and then leave it right there. Don't try to get to the next dollar. Don't try to squeeze as much as you can just to save a couple of pennies. The easiest and number one way to see why your check engine light is on is to plug in an OBD reader to the port that's usually located right under your dash. I have great news. Most auto parts store will do this for you for free. You just take it in, tell them you have a check engine light, and they'll bring out their system to hook it up, and it will pull all the codes and tell you exactly what's going on with your vehicle. If you don't trust them to do it, you can also purchase one for about $5 to $15 in their stores that you can not only read, but also reset your check engine light with. This is the easiest and most effective way to get the codes from your vehicle. But there are some other totally free ways if you don't want to stop by the auto parts store, and I'll show you those now. One thing you can try is to turn your key to the on position, which is right here, 3 times in a row, and sometimes that will reset your check engine light. All right, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Now I'll crank the truck. And you'll see that my check engine light is still on, so we'll move on to the next tip. The next thing you'll need to do is to pop the hood. And we'll be looking at the battery. First, you need to establish which one is the positive and which one is the negative battery terminal. Typically, the wire going to the positive terminal is red. On my truck, that's not the case, but you can see that it has a big plus sign right here. So I know that this is my negative battery terminal. It would typically have a black cord coming to it, but we're going to remove the black battery terminal. Before I remove it, I do want to make it clear that this will reset the computers in your car. So it's going to reset all of your pre-programmed radio stations, and if your car has an internal navigation system, it's also going to reset that, and you're going to need the code to unlock it. So once your negative battery terminal is loose, you can remove it and just set it off to the side and let it sit there for about 3 minutes. If you want to speed up the process, you can go and press the horn on your vehicle or turn on all the lights to drain any residual battery power that's in there, but leaving it off for 3 minutes will do the same thing. If simply removing the negative battery terminal wire did not work, you can run a jumper, which is a wire, from here to the positive and let it sit for 2 or 3 minutes, and that will also reset your computer system. Some cars will not simply reset from having the negative battery terminal removed. It's been about 5 minutes because I was working on something else, so I'm going to go ahead and replace my battery terminal here. If it was dirty, I would go ahead and clean it off while I was doing this. This is a good chance to do some basic maintenance. Go ahead and tighten that back down with your fingers, and then get your ratchet set and tighten it down nice and snug so that it doesn't come loose while you're driving, and give it a try and see if your check engine light is turned off. All right, I'm going to crank it up now and see if we successfully turned off the check engine light. You can now see that my check engine lights have been turned off, so we are good to go. So I wanted to share a few more things about your check engine light. If there is an issue with your emission system, then you need to get that checked out. If you reset the check engine light using any of the methods told here, you will have to drive your vehicle for a couple of weeks in order to reset all of the systems to get a valid passcode on an emissions test. Please do not try to turn off your check engine light and immediately go to get an emissions system test. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Post any questions you may have in the comment section below and I'll reply as soon as I can. Click any of the links you see on the screen to see some of my other videos. I hope you guys have a great day.